Good morning. It's Monday morning. Here we are on Psalm 23, one of the most widely known and popular psalms in the whole book, I think. You know it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So this one is short, but it has a consistent metaphor all the way through that God is our shepherd, and the shepherd takes care of the sheep, so God takes care of us. That's the way it works here. God is our shepherd. We shan't lack for anything. We'll have green pastures where we can lie down and sleep, rest. We're led to still waters. Now, in ancient Israel, you had running water, which was living water, and you had still water, which was generally stagnant, water. You know how when you have something outside and it fills up with rain and you don't notice it, and after a couple of weeks, it's like full of mosquito larvae and algae and stuff. That's still water. What this means is that you lead me to a place where I can drink water without it, without any trouble. Still water. It's peaceful water. It's water that is not rushing by. So the current makes it hard to drink from and hard to stand in. So he finds for us those ponds that aren't stagnant, but they're still and quiet. He leads us in righteous paths. He leads the sheep through to the right place, and he leads us to through paths of righteousness. And even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of deepest darkness, the Hebrew says, but the traditional English translation is the valley of the shadow of death. So even though we are in close proximity to danger, we're not afraid because God is with us and leads us through this valley. Your rod and staff comfort me. They're not a threat. You don't beat me with them. You sort of point me in the right direction and nudge me along. You prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemies. So David is thinking of all his enemies, and yet he can sit down and eat at leisure because God's keeping the enemies away. And so goodness and mercy will follow him all the days of his life, and he will dwell in the house of the Lord. And the Hebrew says my whole life long, but here it's forever is adequate translation as well. So we see in this psalm that God is going to care for us and take care of us, and God does. Sometimes we look at life and say, well, where the heck is God? But as we look at the psalm, what we see is that God is working and taking care of us all the time. Sometimes we're not aware of it or don't notice it or don't appreciate it fully, but it's there. God's care is always with us. That's what I want you to remember this week. God's care is with you, and so don't be afraid of anything. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.